Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the house from the movie Up. Honestly, not too many people actually asked for this one, but I really love this house and I thought that it'd be fun to share it with you guys. If you do enjoy the video, please do remember to hit that like button. It helps me out so much. And if you would like to make more cartoon and movie related houses by me, please check out the card system and the description below for my cartoon builds playlist. And that's pretty much everything. Without any further ado, let's get to work. So before we begin, I should let you know that the Up house will require about a 24 block area by about a 25 block area. This covers the entire garden area that you saw around the house and of course the actual house itself. This makes sure that you got plenty of rooms in the surrounding area too. You will also need all of these materials that I have just put in my hotbar and the remaining ones in my inventory. Please make sure that you have absolutely every single one of these. Even pause the video if you have to. And as a side note, we will also need a lot of different colours of wool. I've got them stored in this chest right here, but to make the balloon portion of this house, you obviously need quite a variety of wool in a lot of colours, which you can't fit into the inventory. So, now that you're all prepared, now that you've got enough room, you've got all your items, let's begin. I'm going to begin the build on the front left-hand corner of the grid that I've made in my world. If you like, you can make the same grid. If not, it's up to you. From this grid, I'm going to start on the front left-hand corner and I want to count right by 1, 2, 3, 4. I then want to count inwards by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And on top of this block, I am going to place 2 pink concrete. 1, 2. Just like that. And from this pink concrete, I want to do a few things. First of all, I want to place 3 additional pink concrete coming towards me from this block. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to connect it down. And then continue going right of this block that I connected down by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to connect down again. I want to place birch fence in front of these 2 pink blocks stacked on top of each other. Then I want to place a birchwood plank on top of specifically this pink block and this one close to it. I want to place birch fence on top of all of the open pink blocks on the top, like this. I then want to take the birchwood plank, both of them, and I want to place 3 birch fence coming upwards from each. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Connect those together. Extend the left fence backwards by 3. 1, 2, 3. Like that. And you also want to extend the right fence right by 3 as well. 1, 2, 3. Like that. Place upon the front row of the birch fence, which is this long row, place upon it 2 rows of blue concrete. So this is 1 entire row, and then this will be another entire row as well, like that. So you want to have something which should look like this. Then we want to take this blue concrete right here, specifically this one, I'm sure you guys can see it. The way that it works is it's like in line with this vertical row of fence, like if you work your way down all the way up like this, you want to be in line with this, and you want to place a yellow concrete. Extend the yellow concrete left and right, and place upon the middle, we don't have this material at the moment, but place upon the middle, oh, we do have the material, I'm so silly. Place 2 glass coming upwards. 1, 2. Place yellow either side of the glass, with an additional yellow on top, like that. If you like, you can also add an additional layer of blue concrete on top of the previous layers of blue around the window, like this. Now, once you've done that, we can progress a bit. So, coming back down to the porch, we want to fill in underneath the rows of pink, we want to use birchwood planks. So, on the front and the left-hand side specifically, like that. We then want to place up on top, and I guess that this is where I've been a little bit silly. Upon this pink concrete block that currently has a fence on top of it, I do apologise, we want to place a row of 4 orange concrete coming up. 1, 2, 3, and you'll have to destroy that additional fence. 4. I placed those not realising that the orange would get in the way. I do apologise. We then want to, coming across the inside of the build, take the bottom orange concrete block and extend it right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then place a yellow concrete, go up on top of it by 2. 1, 2. Place a red concrete, which we don't actually have on us, that's a material that we're missing. Place a red concrete to the right, then a yellow concrete right of that, and then 2 yellow concrete coming down. 1, 2. You can then connect all underneath this down to the ground using birchwood planks. Like this, so to create a foundation. We then, once you have done that, want to fill in the inside area of this porch using birchwood planks. So we just want to basically place 2 rows of birchwood planks in front of that top row of planks that we've just placed to give us something which should look like this. Now we want to be able to connect this down to the ground. So we're going to place a row of birchwood stairs here and here. So in front of these 3 rows, and then once again in front but down 1 row. So, like so. We also want to be able to place a door, which is what that is. That's a door frame. The yellow with the red, that's a door frame. We then want to extend this top orange block connected by the fence. Extend the orange all the way to the right across on top of the door. We then want to shrink this area that we have here a little bit, we want to place a row of orange here inside the left-hand side, going from top to bottom. And we want to place 2 rows coming from the right-hand side, top to bottom. Like that. We can then place black glass inside of this area right here. And then we want to place a single birchwood slab underneath the glass at the bottom, because that kind of looks like a little window frame, or a windowsill as it is. So that's what we have so far. It's quite a complicated house to make, but I'm hoping that I'm making it quite easy, bar a couple of mistakes. But once you've done that, we now want to place a row of lime concrete directly to the right of the yellow door area, the orange, and of course the birchwood planks. So an entire row of lime green would be great. We then want to place 4 rows of lime green extending in front of what we have just made. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and of course we just want to place the 4 rows coming in front like this. We then want to take the bottom block of the lime green, and we want to place, coming forwards to the right diagonally, another lime green. And then place 3 lime green going right. 1, 2, 3. Then place, coming backwards to the right diagonally, another lime green. And then place 3 lime green coming backwards. 1, 2, 3. Like that. In this particular row of lime green, we want to extend the 2 middle blocks upwards by 1. Then place 3 layers of glass, 1, 2, 3. Then a layer of lime concrete. Then place birchwood slabs in front of the bottom of the glass window. And build up the remaining area left and right using lime concrete to create another window, like this. Now, once you have done that, we want to place upon this 4 rows of yellow concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, and just simply do that once more, or as many times as you have to, is what I'm trying to say, until you have built up the correct amount of yellow concrete. You also want to have the same build-up of yellow concrete on this left-hand side. So on top of the lime concrete, place 4 rows of yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, and do the same thing on top of all of the lime blocks on the left-hand side. So what we should have so far, and we are getting there, we're doing quite a good job so far, I should say, we should have this. Now once you have this, we now want to take this outwards row of 4 lime concrete, and we want to stack another row of 4 on top. Take the middle of this and place 3 rows of glass on top of the 2 middle blocks. 1 row of glass, 2, and 3. Place pink concrete left and right of the glass. And also place birchwood slabs in front of the bottom of the glass, in front of the bottom of the window. Then place lime concrete on top of the pink and the glass. Then place 2 rows of yellow concrete on top of the lime. 1, 2. Take the first initial row of yellow concrete and extend it towards you by 1 row, and then left and right as well to create kind of like a lip in the yellow concrete. We then want to take the upper yellow concrete and we want to take the 2 middle blocks and extend up on top of them 3 rows of glass. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Build up left and right of the window using yellow concrete. And also on top of the window too. Take the 2 middle blocks above and extend them upwards each by 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. So we want to have something which should very much look like this. And as I say, we are progressing with this quite nicely. Now once you have that completed, we now want to come to the right hand side of the build once more. We want to grab our pink concrete, and starting from the bottom right hand side of this lime green window box, we want to place a pink concrete coming right and outwards. Then place 2 birchwood planks going right. 1, 2. And then a pink concrete to the right of that. And then pink concrete on top of all of that. We then want to take the 2 middle blocks and place 3 rows of glass on top. 1, 2, 3. Place pink concrete all the way around the window. And then birchwood slabs in front of the bottom of the window, specifically the lower half of the bottom glass. Extend the entire window upwards by an additional row of pink concrete. And extend it towards you by 1 row. Take the right hand block, or actually take the 2 middle blocks and place a row of pink on top of them. Followed by 3 rows of glass. 1, 2, 3. Place pink concrete all the way around the glass to form yet another window. And also place birchwood slabs underneath the lower half of the glass blocks. Take the top 2 middle blocks and place 2 rows of pink on top of the 2 middle blocks. 1 row of pink and 2, like so. Now, once you have that, we can then... Actually, the next thing that we'll want to do, because otherwise I'm realizing we will have holes in the house. Place a row of pink behind every single pink block that you've placed on the upper part of the house. You might be able to see here, like, if you don't place an additional row of pink, then you will have a gap between the yellow and the upper part of the pink window box. To avoid that, simply extend it backwards by 1 row. This won't affect the outside in the slightest. Now, continuing on. let's come all the way down to the bottom again. And let's take the bottom right hand corner of the pink window box and place a lime concrete going backwards yet to the right of that pink. And then go right with the lime by 3. 1, 2, 3. Take the middle 2 blocks and place lime on top of them, with then 3 rows of glass on top. 1, 2, 3. Then place lime concrete on top of this and connect it downwards to the bottom part of the window on the left and right to create a rectangular shape. Place birchwood slabs in front of the bottom half of the glass of the window. Then, upon the lime concrete area, you want to place, I do believe it is 4 rows of yellow concrete. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's do this to all of the other rows of lime. This should now be equivalent to what we have on the opposite side of the pink window, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Now, once you have done this, we can progress onwards. So the next thing to do is come to the back of the house entirely. And starting from the very bottom of the lime concrete row, we want to place a row of 10 pink concrete coming upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it just so happens that that row of 10 is as high as the house currently is. We then want to go right of that 10th block by 1. And then up by 2. 1, 2. And then go right 1. Up 2. 1, 2. Go right 1. Down by 2. 1, 2. Right 1. Down 2. 1, 2. Right 1. And then connect all the way down to the ground. This is what we should have once we have completed this part. We then want to fill in the entire back portion of this using our pink concrete. This is a blank wall. Once you have made that blank wall, we then want to place, going right of the bottom right hand corner of the pink, we want to place 3 birch stairs. 1, 2, 3. Followed by a light blue concrete. Go backwards from the light blue concrete by 1 and extend that block upwards. And then go backwards from this entire row by 1 each, like that. And then extend to the right of that row. We want to place a row of 3, count it 3 birchwood planks. 1, 2, and 3. We then want to place a light blue concrete and extend the light blue concrete upwards by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like that. We now want to extend that 8th block all the way to the left. Now, the goal here is to be able to connect it to the pink wall, which we can do. And then extend down. Add an additional row so it is now in line with the row of blue. We want to also create a staircase down at the bottom, and just to show you what we've done, that's what we've done right now, quite easy. We then want to place an additional row of stairs at the back here, above and inside of the previous row of stairs. Place a row of birchwood planks behind those stairs like this, and follow through that row of planks using a row of light blue concrete like this to connect through to the opposite side. We now want to use quartz block, and we want to place, it might be easier to do this, grab quartz and a door. Place a dark oak door in the center of the row of birchwood planks, and place block of quartz around the door, and then above it, like this. Then place 2 rows of blue concrete going right of the entirety of the door. 1 row, 2 rows. Then take the top 2 blocks and place glass going right of them. 1, 2. Place light blue concrete all the way around this. And you can even fill completely above the area in as well, using your light blue concrete. Grab a birchwood slab and place a birchwood slab underneath the window that we have just to the right of the door. Now, once you've done that, the next thing is to move our way to the right-hand side of the build, which is looking quite a lot like this. It's not looking too bad, if I do say so myself. By the way, for this next part, we're going to need a little bit of blue and a little bit of birchwood planks. So, take this top row of blue concrete right here and place 4 upright diagonals coming towards the front. So, it'll look like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 4 bottom right diagonals, or as many as it takes. It might be 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Just like that. That's perfect, actually. So, once you have done that, we then want to be able to fill in this. Actually, we don't want to do that. That's a bit silly. So, we want to take the very bottom of this row of blue concrete right here. And we want to place a row of birch wood planks, like this, connecting the bottom together from the front to the back. Then, fill in the entire area using the light blue concrete. There isn't any other material to add here, it's just light blue. And when I say the entire area, I also mean above the porch as well. So, in between all of the fence and stuff, you want to end up with something that should look exactly like this. That's perfect. Now, once you have done that, you have made a significant amount of the house. As you can see, the entire foundation is there. The only thing that we have to do now is we have to focus heavily on the roof, which will be tricky. This roof it is quite a tricky build, but we'll try and get through it best we can. So you're going to need quartz block, quartz stairs, quartz slabs, stone brick stairs, and of course some stone bricks. So let's do this thing. I think the best place to start is probably on the front of the house, where we have the big yellow window area. So this really is like the hardest part of the house, guys. I do apologize if this is going to be a little bit tricky, but you know, I can only make it as easy as possible. Okay. We're going to begin by placing a stone brick in this position, between the corner of the light blue and the yellow. We then want to, in front of this stone brick, we want to place an additional stone brick. And then a quartz block in front of this. On top of the quartz block, place a quartz stair, sideways. And then place an upside down stair inside of this. And then a quartz block on top, and then a sideways stair on top of this, and then an upside down quartz stair inside, with a quartz block on top, then a sideways stair on top of this, then an upside down stair inside of this, place block of quartz on top, and then to the right. At the apex, place back-to-back quartz stairs. The effect that we're looking for should look very much like this. It looks a bit odd at the moment, but it looks great later on. We then want to, underneath this quartz block here at the top, place a back-to-back quartz stair, an upside-down quartz stair like this, in an opposite position to the one that we had before. Then place a sideways stair to the right of it. A block of quartz underneath, and then we want to place an upside down stair facing this way, with then a sideways stair to the right, and a block of quartz underneath, with then an upside down sideways quartz stairs facing inwards. Place then a sideways stair to the right of this, with a block of quartz underneath that. So what we should end up with should look exactly like this. Now, I don't know whether you think that looks weird, but trust me, it's going to look great once it has actually been complete. Now, once you have done this, we do also have to do this roof a little bit more. So come to the right hand side. Remember when we placed this pink area of like window and it has to have a roof on it? Well, we're going to take this pink block here that is connected to the window and we want to place a stone brick to the left of it. And then a block of quartz in front of the brick. A sideways quartz stairs on top. And then an upside down quartz stairs to the right of it. Place a block of quartz on top. And then a sideways quartz stairs on top of that. Place an upside down stairs coming inwards, with a sideways stairs facing the opposite way on top. Place a sideways stairs next to the top stairs facing the opposite way. Then place an opposite facing upside down stairs underneath, with a sideways stairs to the right of that. Place a block of quartz underneath, an upside down quartz stairs underneath the block of quartz, a sideways stairs to the right of this, with a block of quartz underneath, to give us this shaped roof. You've seen it before, we've just made the exact same thing. Now, we have to do a similar thing on the back. Now, if we come to the back of the build, we want to take specifically, and I do mean specifically, it's important that we do this block right here, place left of this a stone brick, and in front of it a block of quartz. On top of the quartz a sideways quartz stairs, and inwards an upside down stairs. Place on top of that a block of quartz, with a sideways quartz stairs on top. Place an upside down stair moving inwards, and then a block of quartz on top. Place a sideways quartz stairs on top of this, with an upside down stairs moving inwards. Place block of quartz on top, and then to the right. Then place back to back quartz stairs on top of this, forming a peak. Underneath this, we want to place an upside down quartz stairs that is equivalent yet opposite to this one. Place a sideways stairs to the right of that block, and then a block of quartz underneath. Then place an upside down quartz stairs facing inwards underneath that, and then a regular one to the right facing sideways. Place a block of quartz underneath this, with an upside down quartz stairs underneath that facing inwards. Then place a sideways quartz stairs to the right of this, and then a block of quartz underneath. So what we want to have should look exactly like this. You can see that it's the exact same as the front, and once you've done this, we want to move to the blue side of the build. Now this side is a tad bit easier. So on the blue side, which is of course this side, we want to start off by placing a row of stone brick stairs in front of the back of the house. So like this, a row of stone brick stairs. In the corner, place an actual stone brick. This will allow us to better connect to this part of the house right here. And I do believe, yeah, behind the quartz blocks will actually be stone bricks. So you just want to connect bricks to bricks, if that makes sense. So you've placed this row of stone brick stairs. You want to follow that row of stone brick stairs coming upwards and on top of this part of the build right here. So you want to continue upwards with your stone brick stairs until you get up to the peak. Now, once you have placed your row of stone brick stairs coming all the way up to the top, we have to add an additional row of blue concrete. This is very easy to add. You see, where we have this blue concrete here, this single one, we want to place a blue concrete to the right of it, and then place on top of this blue concrete an additional one, this one, and then this one. This will result in a shape that now looks like this. What we can then do is we can place upon these two blue concrete blocks, place a sideways facing stone brick stairs here, and one back to back. Then place a row of stone brick stairs coming downwards diagonally towards the front, coming as far down as in front of the actual, like the bottom of the window. Extend these stairs across to the right like this to cover up the bottom of the window. Then place quartz stairs on the outer part of the stone brick stairs on the overhanging part of the house, like this. Then place upside down upside down quartz stairs underneath that overhanging layer of quartz stairs, like this. Perfect. So the roof for this particular part of the house should look exactly like that. Now, we also have a little mini roof here to connect to the big roof. So on the side of the window here, we want to place a sideways stone brick stairs here and here. And we also need a stone brick slab. I do apologize. I don't mean to forget materials. It just happens. There's so many of them. We want to place a stone brick slab right on top, and then a stone brick stairs coming down, and then one more, like this. So it's a very small roof. It's kind of cute. We then want to place in front of these stone brick stairs, quartz stairs facing the same direction, like this, with a quartz slab going in front of the top. So we want to have something which should look like that. And those are the 5 parts of the roof. It's quite a busy build, really. Now, once you've done that, we now have to connect all parts of the roof together. Let's do it in a logical way. So, we want to take the big part of the roof first, all the way at the front. Coming behind the quartz blocks, we want to take, for instance, this quartz stairs, extend this quartz stairs backwards using stone brick stairs until you connect to the opposite point on the back. Take the quartz block and extend the quartz block backwards, or forwards this time, using stone brick blocks. And then the same for the stairs. Wherever you have a stairs, you want to extend it backwards using stone brick stairs. Where you have these quartz blocks, you want to extend it forwards and backwards using stone brick blocks. So on and so forth, until you eventually do reach the very top of the house. So you just want to very easily connect it front to back like this. We may have to make some changes, like we might just have to replace some of the stairs blocks with bricks, but I find it's easier to change those afterwards than try and predict how things are going to react. So like that. And then we want to do the same thing here. So coming down the opposite side of the roof, and this really is quite tricky, just because we don't have a load of room. You just want to connect the opposite side of the roof together in the same way, ladies and gentlemen. It's the same thing coming down. And then we'll connect all of these small parts of the roof together afterwards, just to make sure that it does all go together nicely. I mean, if you want to, as we do reach this point, you might want to connect this stone brick stairs, for instance. This one, connect it to the quartz stairs. You might want to take the quartz block and wrap it around the same way that you would any regular roof, if that makes sense. So like extend it inwards as far as it will go, and then connect it. And then the same thing for these stone bricks. Like you'll only be able to take these so far, like the quartz stair and the quartz block. You'll only be able to extend those backwards so far. And the same thing goes for the front, like you'll be able to extend the quartz block inwards using stone bricks, and then a row of stone brick stairs on top. And then you'll be able to connect this quartz block. You'll be able to extend it back and wrap it around and connect it to the small window. And then the same with the stone brick stairs. You can see it all goes together very, very naturally. And then we have to connect this block of quartz here backwards using, stone bricks. And then the stone brick stairs connecting backwards. We have to destroy that remaining stairs to make sure it turns sideways. And then this quartz stairs as well. We don't have to make any alterations here. The same thing on the opposite side. And here as well, we will have to demolish that brick, replace it, now it connects. And then we just have to place stone bricks. I'm hoping that you guys have managed to keep up with that nice and easily, because we now have something which looks like this. There's the right hand portion of the roof, very much complete. Let's move to the left hand portion of the roof. So if we begin on the back, because it's easier, it really is. On the back, we just want to connect the stone brick stairs to the left hand side. So we want to extend the stone brick stairs across until they can go no further, basically. In some cases, we are going to want to replace the stone brick stairs, and I'll show you in a second. Where the stone brick stairs connect to the other stone brick stairs, like here for instance, like this stone brick stairs, destroy the block, make it go sideways. Where it connects to a brick, you don't have to do the same thing, but wherever it connects to a stairs, you're going to find that it'll look cleaner if you destroy the block and replace it so that you have this effect. In the same vein, as we come to the front of the build, we want to do the same thing. I'll start at the bottom. So once again, we just want to build up the rows of stairs, and this time feed them into the small mini roof that we have here. We just want to feed them in and backwards, and whatever we have to do to make it look all nice and neat and tidy, and we just want to connect it all together. I'm sure that you guys have built many roofs before, and you won't have too much trouble in doing that. And then of course we have this, well, this bit's tricky because we don't have too much room, but we want to do this and this too right here, and then build across like this, destroy this block, place that, and we are good. So now you can see that we have done all of the roofs, we've connected them all together, they're all looking very nice. Next thing, this build has a chimney. I'm going to grab terracotta. So I want to place a chimney, right? It's quite easy to figure out where this chimney goes. There is a 2-block connection point where we have these 2 rows of back-to-back stone brick stairs. Destroy these 2 stairs. And also, which ones do we want to get rid of? And also the ones in front like this, and replace them with terracotta. Extend the terracotta upwards by 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, and 4 like this. And extend every terracotta upwards. And that is the positioning of the chimney. If you like, you can preemptively place a layer of webbing. Now this row of web, bear in mind, it wants to be random, it wants to look a little bit random, but it does also want to like come upwards like this. And this is going to be, I think it really should just be like a singular like row, it shouldn't really double up too much. That row of webbing is going to connect to the balloons. We'll be doing those later, don't worry. So once you've reached this point right here, you've actually made a massive part of the up house. I'm going to make a couple of changes on the ground before we move on to the finale, which is of course going to be adding all bajillion balloons. So I'm going to recommend on the ground there is a path between like the stairs here at the front door. I'm going to recommend that you build a stone brick path that leads from the birchwood stairs to your outer perimeter. So I'm going to be putting a nice fence all the way around this build. Wherever you want to put the fence, I already have it marked out for me. Extend these stone bricks in front of the house until you're happy. I then want to grab birchwood planks, quartz slabs, birchwood fence, birchwood gates, jungle leaves, and I think that should just about be it. And I want to place next to the path, I want to place a birchwood plank either side, quartz slabs on top, a fence gate in the middle of the space, with birch fence either side. So now we have a nice gate that leads us into the actual house and the garden and all that fun stuff. I'm going to place a row of birch fence that goes all the way around the house. Now, it's up to you to figure out where you want to place on your build, where you want to place all of this fence. Like, or whether or not do you even want a garden with this house? Are you building it in the air? Does it not need a garden? You guys get the idea. So, it's up to you how, where, when, and how. I've probably already said that. But it's up to you how big you want your little garden to be. I'd also recommend adding plenty of bushes around the house. Now, there's plenty around the front garden, around the front window specifically with the green. I'd randomly add nice dashes of some jungle leaf bushes going around the house. It's factually accurate. It covers things up a little bit, adds a little bit more detail. Add them sparingly throughout, like around the house, something like that, and I think it enhances it just a little bit. Later on, I am going to be replacing all of the green, aka all of the, what's it called? Grass. I don't know why I couldn't get that word. I'm going to be replacing all of the grass with lime terracotta. This is something that you might want to do now, or something that you might want to have in the back of your head, but I'm going to be doing that. However, that is the up house without the balloons. That's a great place to stop, by the way, if you don't want to place the balloons. The balloons themselves take an extraordinary amount of time to place. Let's grab them. Actually, let me clear my inventory first, because all of the balloons, literally, the balloons are going to take up the inventory. Let me get rid of all my stuff. Alright, balloons are gone. I'm going to grab all of these walls out here. And these are all of the walls that I want to use in the construction of the balloon. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to get rid of this green wall. I'm going to place orange wall in there instead. I'm going to get rid of the cyan wall. I'm going to place white in there instead. I'm going to get rid of magenta wall. I'm going to place yellow. I'm going to use all of these colors. How many colors is this? Is this 9? This is 9. I'm going to use these 9 colors to construct the balloon. I don't want to use any more because the way that I'm going to construct the balloon, it's going to be very time consuming. It's not going to be fun. Come all the way up to your webbing. So this is how the balloons attach to the house. All the way up at the top here, you got to start off with one. I'm going to have red. Red's my favorite color. And from this red balloon, we are going to use... Okay, this is the technique, right? You want to place a balloon shape. You guys know what a balloon looks like. It's like skinny at the bottom, and it slowly gets bigger towards the top, and then it has like a dome on top of it. You guys know what a balloon looks like. We have to create a balloon shape out of all of these colors. Now, the balloon doesn't have to be full, but the balloon has to have like an outer core. If that makes sense. And you want it to look random, because the whole thing is, the up balloon itself, right? The up balloon is... It's a collection of balloons. So it's not alright to just like make it a big weird, like a big solid shape. It has to look random. It has to look like it's made out of loads and loads and loads of balloons. But I mean, I guess you could make a general shape, right? So let me give you an example. And the way that I'm placing the balloons is I'm quickly cycling through my inventory, right? This is so tricky. I'm quickly cycling through my inventory as I place them. I'm hoping that this provides quite a random nature to the balloons. Okay? So we are making kind of like a shape here, right? So let's build it up on the opposite side. This is going to be kind of like your standard balloon shape. It's, as I said, it's like, I don't even know what shape. It's kind of like an oval, but a bit fatter on one end. So something like this, right? We're building up the sides. This is going to kind of like be the general shape. And we want the balloons to connect together in the middle. So just to show you, something like this, and we are going to edit this. If you start off with a shape like this, and this is the best way that I can do it, I think, because it's such a tricky thing like that. So like this, then if we shave a couple of blocks off from around the corners so that it doesn't look like a corner shape like that, then I think that that's a pretty decent sort of balloon shape, right? We might even want to shrink that a little bit. It depends how many balloons you want to use. Like, it depends, like, how big the balloon area wants to be, whether you want it to be fatter, whatever it is. But I might actually flatten this shape out a little bit, and by kind of, like, shrinking it at the top, I might have, like, maybe just take a couple of rows off it. And this is what you guys are going to have to do as well. You have to determine where, like, how far you want the balloons to come up, how big the area wants to be. You know, you're going to have to do something like this. So I think that that's actually a pretty decent shape for the balloons. I don't want to go too high. And now the entire thing will be about making this into like a circular shape, or to make it 3D is like a better way of saying it. You want to make this whole thing 3D, and I don't want to do all this on recording, guys, because it's going to take such a long time to do until I'm happy with it. Although my standards for this one will be a little bit less than the original version that I made, because of course this is the second time me making it. But we want to slowly close the shape of the balloon in, like one layer at a time, moving our way inwards, if that makes sense. So, like, you slowly want to shrink the shape of the balloon coming on the inside like this, and we just want to, like, move it upwards like that. And we do just want to gradually shrink the shape however it is, whatever the methodology you want to use, but you can kind of see how I'm doing it here. I'm trying to quickly cycle through all of my materials, and I want to have a seemingly random pattern occurring just like this. So something like that would actually be fine, and you can see that we're slowly shrinking it. So you can see how this is going, right? You can see how to make the balloon shape. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish doing that. I'm going to make all the balloons. I'm going to clean the bottom area, and then we'll be done, because you guys can complete the balloon area by yourself. You just literally want to fill all of it in with your balloons. You want to make a big mass of balloons, and then you'll be nice and happy. So let me do all of that, and then I'll be back. So just before I move on to the other side, you can see what I've done here. Once again, gradually shrink the shape, add layers and layers to the front and the back, make it nice and 3D, and you should end up with something that you're happy with by the end. And this is what the up house should look like once it has been 100% fully completed. As you can see, I have completed the balloon portion of this house, but I'd honestly say that it doesn't even need it to stand out. It's an incredibly cool house. That's why I wanted to make this thing. I also filled in the lawn. I got rid of all the grass, got rid of the numbers and stuff. I blacked out the windows to make them stand out within the color. And I'm realizing the balloon's actually a little bit of a weird shape from the side. It should be actually probably a little bit thicker, but you guys get the point. I'm sure that you'll mess about with it until you're happy with it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the up house. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I certainly enjoyed making it. I enjoyed designing it. It was one of the most fun houses I've actually designed ever. I love this house to bits, and I hope that you guys appreciate how much I like this too. If you did enjoy the content, please consider liking the video. I'd really appreciate that. Hit that like button. It helps me out so much. You've got no idea. It's an insane difference it makes between liking and not liking. It really does. If you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Click the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you got my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And if you do want to make any more things by me, whether that be cartoon related or movie related, or whether you want to make some like modern houses or some survival houses or whatever it is, check out the card system in the description below. You'll be able to make loads of stuff by me there, especially the cartoon builds playlist. I think that you guys might like the best. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate every single one of you so much, especially those of you that subscribe to the videos, like, comment, all of you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.